Children, already in the previous classes we finished our history first lesson. Understand? Today we are going to see geography first lesson. We are going to learn geography first lesson, that is interior of the earth. The interior of the earth. Here children, do you know the planets? About the planets in 6th standard itself you studied about the solar system. Is it not? The sun and the planets, it revolved around the sun. What are the planets, you just say? What are all the planets you know? Yes. Say Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, understand, Neptune, and the last planet is Pluto. So, how many planets? 9 planets are there. This Pluto is somewhat far away from sun. Another, the geographers, the historians, they excluded this Pluto and they said only 9 planets. Among all the planets, our Earth is a unique planet. Understand? Very much important planet. We are living in the Earth. The planet Earth is a unique planet. Unique தனித்தன்மை வாய்ந்தது, because in the earth only, in the planet earth only we have water, air and land form. That is why the people living in the earth, the living things, the living body, understand, all the living things, we are in the planet earth. So in this we are going to learn about the planet earth in this lesson. Here this earth planet, it consists of many valleys, lofty mountains are there, many valleys are there, many plains are there, many plateaus are there in the planet earth. Okay. So in the next classes and all, we will see about elaborately about what are the mountains, what are the lofty mountains and what are the plateaus, what are the plains we have in the earth and what are the river valleys we have. Understand, the oceans, everything we can see elaborately in the next classes. Here in this lesson we are going to see about the planet earth inside the interior part of the earth, that only in this lesson. Okay. So the interior part of the earth is like a apple. Apple பார்த்திருக்கீங்களா? Have you seen apple? Yes. The interior part of the planet is like apple அப்படினு சொல்றாங்க. Okay. It is like an apple. So inside the apple there are layers like this. If you have your geography, that is social book, you take children, take all your social book. Those who are having the books, you take your social book and along with the notebook you have to come for the online classes. Online class நீங்க யூடியூபை ஓப்பன் பண்ணும்போதே என்ன பண்ணணும்? You have to take your cell எடுக்கிறீங்க. Cell எடுத்து யூடியூப் ஆன் பண்ணும்போதே you have to take your textbooks, whatever the subjects. எந்த கிளாஸாக இருந்தாலும் from 1st standard till 10th standard, while you are seeing the online classes, along with the book you have to take one notebook also. Understand? To see. Here in this page number 145, you can see the picture. The earth is like an apple. Understand? The like is it is spherical in shape. It is like an apple. The earth is like an apple. It is in spherical in shape. There are 3 layers are there. Concentric layers are there in the earth. How many layers are there in the earth? There are 3 layers in the earth planet. How many layers are there? 3 layers are there. What are the 3 layers? You just say the crust, the mantle and the core. What are the 3 layers of the earth? First is the crust and the mantle and the core. Okay. One by one we will see it now. Here the crust is the outermost layer of the earth. Here in the next page you can see it is the outermost layer. So, this is the inner core. This part is inner core and this is outer core. Inner core and outer core, and this part is mantle. And this part is upper mantle. And this is called as crust. So, the crust is the first layer and this is second layer and the core is the third layer. Have you understand, children? So, the earth is consist of three layers. They are the crust, the mantle and the core. One by one we will see in elaborately. Okay. So, the first layer of the earth is crust. In page number 146, you can see this picture. Understand the crust. Okay. So, this crust is having the thickness from 5 to 30 kilometers. This is the thickness of the thickness. How much the thickness is? 5 to 30 kilometers the thick. It is having dense rock types are there. Dense na nalla nariya adarthiya enga paathalu full of rocks are there in this. Enna rock irukku? Such rocks are called as basalt rocks. Basalt rocks. The crust consists of basalt rocks, and this type of having, there are two types in the crust. They are upper part it is having silica plus alumina. Silica and alumina. So, it is called as Cl. S-I-A-L. Silica. S-I. Understand? Alumina. A-L. Together, the upper part is called as Cl because of it is formed with. We can see silica plus alumina is they together called as Cl. The upper part is called as Cl. Understand? And it is having the granite rock. What rock we can see here? Granite rock. Granite rocks. So, this is the upper part. The upper part of the crust consists of silica plus alumina. So, it is called as Cl. Understand? They are having the granite rocks. Can you able to follow? Okay. Another thing is lower part. Next part is lower part. This lower part is consist of silica plus magnesium. So, it is called as SEMA. Silica plus magnesium. So, it is called as SEMA. The upper part is called as Cl and the lower part is called as SEMA. Silica plus magnesium. Adu rendu சேர்ந்து இருக்கிறதுனால it is called as SEMA. It is lighter. This part is lighter. Understand? Lighter part, and it is floating. This SEMA is dense, and this is the upper part is light. So the lower upper part, the silica, the Cl part is floating in seema. Floating na enna medakirudhu. Okay, பூமிக்கு அடியில் இப்படிலாம் இருக்கான். நம்மளுக்கு எவ்வளோ ஆச்சரியம் இல்லை? It is surprising, it is amazing to learn about the crust of the earth. It is amazing to learn about the interior part of the earth. If you listen carefully, it will be very interesting to understand, to know about the interior part of the earth. Understand? Are you listening, children? Is it interesting only? No? We don't know about the interior part of the earth. பூமிக்குள்ள என்ன இருக்கு நமக்கு தெரியுமா? We don't know. Understand? So through the books only we can learn. So listen carefully, then only you can understand. So interior part of the earth, there are three crusts: the crust, the mantle and the core, the three layers. In the crust is somewhat thickness. It is from 5 to 30 kilometer thickness, and they are having the basalt rocks. Okay, there are two types in upper the crust. What are they? The upper part and the lower part. The upper part, they are having silica, and we can see silica plus aluminum. So it is called as Cl. In the lower part, we can see silica plus magnesium. So we can say it as Sema. Sema is somewhat thickness than silica. Silica is lightweight. So the silica is floating on Sema. Can you able to follow? So these are all about the crust. And then next one is what? Next layer. First layer I told you crust. Next layer, second layer is the mantle. Very good. Someone is saying the mantle. This mantle is the next layer of the crust. And this mantle is the mantle க்கும் crust க்கும் medial நடுல ஒன்னு divide பண்ணது the boundary. The boundary is called as Mohorovicic. The boundary is called as Mohorovicic. Mohorovicic discontinuity. The boundary between the mantle and the crust, it is called as Mohorovicic in discontinuity. Understand? This mantle, and it is we can in the mantle also we can see two layer, the upper part and the lower mantle. Inga miss எழுதிருக்கேன் பாருங்க. The crust க்கும் இந்த mantle க்கும் middle ல இருக்கிற அந்த border, the boundary is called as என்ன சொன்னோம்? The boundary is called as Mohorovicic discontinuity. Understand? And the mantle is having two types, the upper part and the mantle, the lower part. Understand? The upper part and the mantle. The upper part is with a type of what we can see, somewhat density is low than the lower part. So this is about the mantle. And the core, the innermost layer of the earth is called as the core. The core is also two types, the outer core and the inner core. There are two. Here the core is otherwise called as barysphere. Say all of you, the core is otherwise called as barysphere. This core, the third layer is called as barysphere. Here இது ரெண்டுத்தையும், the mantle-ஐயும் இந்த core-ஐயும் divide பண்ற this part is called as Weichardt-Gutenberg. Weichardt-Gutenberg discontinuity. Weichardt-Gutenberg discontinuity between the mantle and the core. This is the boundary. Understand? Crust-க்கும் mantle-க்கும் இருக்கிற boundary என்ன பார்த்தோம்? Mohorovicic discontinuity. Mantle-க்கும் core-க்கும் இருக்கிற boundary என்னது? அது V chart, Gutenberg discontinuity. There are the two types, two division, the outer core and the inner core. In the outer core, we can see iron in the liquid state. Core missing எழுதுற. You just see outer and this is inner. In the outer, we can see iron in liquid state. Iron எப்படி இரும்பு, அது எப்படி இருக்கும், சாலிடாக தான் இருக்கும். பட் in the outer state la, the iron is in liquid state. We can see in liquid state. Understand? And in the inner core, we can see nickel and ferrous. In the inner core, we can see nickel plus ferrous. Ferrous is iron. So it is called as knife. N-I-F-E. Knife. இது Cl படிச்சோம்ல, silica plus alumina, Cl. Silica plus magnesium, Sima. Okay, like that. Knife. Nickel plus ferrous. So, knife. Can you able to follow? We can see in the inner core of the earth's crust. In the central part of the earth crust is, why the earth crust is somewhat temperature? Because of the inner core. Understand, the central part of the earth crust is hot temperature. The temperature is high, as well as the pressure is also high. Pressure na na alutham. Understand? Temperature we all know. So, the inner part of the earth, both the temperature and the pressure, they were high. They are high in the inner core. So, can you able to follow, children? So, these are all about the interior part of the earth. The outer core is consist of liquid and the inner core consists of solid. It is solid state. Shall I recall again? Shall we see it again? The interior part of the earth, it is divided into 3 layers. What are they? The crust, the mantle and the core. Okay. So, the crust, it is the thickness from 5 to 30 kilometers and it is having basalt rocks. And there are two parts are there, upper part and lower part. Idhula crust la upper part, lower part. Upper part la enna irukku? Cl. And the lower part we can see Sima, that is silica plus magnesium. Understand? It is dense and the upper part, the Cl is in a light weight. Sima is dense. So, the Cl is floating on the Sima. Understand? So, these are all about the crust. Next, the mantle. The mantle ko crust ko irukra boundary da enna paathom. The boundary between the crust and the mantle is called as Mohorovicic discontinuity. Say all of you here. Mohorovicic discontinuity. Understand? The mantle is there are two divisions are there, upper mantle and the lower mantle. Okay. And the third part is called as, third layer is the core. The mantle ko core nadula irukra boundary, middle boundary is called as Weichardt-Gutenberg discontinuity. Can you able to follow? In the book you can see the picture. Okay. So, there are the core is divided into 2 parts. They are outer layer, outer part and the inner part. The outer part is full of iron, that is liquid. The part is liquid and the lower part is, inner part is solid, that is knife. Nickel plus ferrous. Ferrous is iron. So, knife, N-I-F-E. Like Cl, this is silica plus alumina, Cl. Silica plus magnesium, Sima. Understand? And the knife is nickel plus ferrous. That is called as knife. So, these are the layers, the 3 layers of the earth crust. So, the interior part of the earth crust we saw it now. The next class we will see about the earthquake, the volcano. Idella super ah irukku padikkiradhukku. Shall we pass on to next class? Okay. Thank you, children.